All right, fellow Highlander lovers. This video is for anybody who owns a 2008 to 2013 Toyota Highlander, and they want to upgrade the factory radio unit with an aftermarket Carplay and Android um, Carplay capable unit. Mine is a 2008 Highlander Sport. It already has JBL navigation equipped radio. So if you have a Toyota Highlander with the JBL equipped audio and GPS navigation unit, this will definitely help out. What I'm also doing is adding the left and right turn signal cameras, and I'm also going to be adding left mirror and right mirror turn signal lights to make it give it a modern look. So in order to do that, did a lot of research. I didn't want to tap into any of the existing lighting wires to splice the existing wires. I was trying to avoid that. So after doing a lot of research and reading a lot of forums, here's what I figured you need. So that's what you see. You obviously need the aftermarket radio unit. Now, this particular unit allows you to retain your existing reverse camera. They do give you their own camera should you want to upgrade or use that camera. But if you want to retain your existing camera, you can use the harness, and there's plenty of harnesses available online, and just plug and play into the adapters that you have behind the radio, which you will retain, and it will maintain your existing reverse light circuit. But so let's understand how do we enable that, right? So if you think about it, here's how these units work. These units have a reverse trigger wire, and essentially what this reverse trigger wire is doing is it tells the monitor to show the video feed that is coming into the video cable, whether it's your reverse camera or any other camera you hook into, right? That camera is going to bring the signal, but how do you tell the monitor to show that signal? That's where this reverse trigger comes in. So if you connect this reverse trigger to the reverse light, it will show the camera feed when your car is in reverse. So to add the left, right, and the front turn signal cameras, what you want to do is you want to use the trigger to trigger the monitor to show the video feed from whatever camera is feeding it the signal, whether it's left, right, front, or back. But you only have one trigger line. That's where this intelligent RCA switcher comes in. So essentially what this RCA switcher is doing is it gives you 4 camera feed lines, right? So you would feed your front, back. In our case, we don't need a back, right? So you would feed a front, back, right, and left signal lights. Camera lights, sorry, not signal light, the camera feeds into this. It'll come through here. At the other end, it comes with, out here you see I spliced these wires right now, but it comes with trigger harnesses for, let's say this is for your reverse, one's for left, one's for right. Front is by default, so they don't have a trigger on that. So one's a reverse, one's a left, one's a right turn signal. So what you would do is you would ideally take the turn signal wire and tap into those wires so that when you turn, when you click the left turn signal button, that line is active and it'll bring the current in, go through here and activate the video for that particular side of the car, whether it's front, back, left, right, whatever it is. Same goes for the other trigger wires, right? And it combines the video signals, or it chooses between the video signals and feeds it out on this line, right? On this line over here. And then this is the trigger line, right? So this is the trigger line that will connect to the monitor's reverse trigger line. basically it's just sending a current on this one. So anytime one of them is selected, goes through this unit, comes here, sends a current to the trigger line, the monitor knows that, okay, I'm just going to show the video feed coming out from this video cable, and whatever is selected gets displayed over there. So that's what you would need for sure. The other reason why you would need this is, if you think about it, the left and right blinkers, they are pulsating signals. While your camera needs continuous power, otherwise the image will just keep on flickering, right? Go on, go off, go off. So that's where this also comes in handy. It provides a steady current for a few seconds, where if it's getting a flashing current in there, it will convert it into a steady current flow and feed it so that the electronics can be powered on continuously. Now, if you want to avoid tapping into your existing light, reverse light, turn signal light wires, you want to avoid splicing into that. You also need this tow harness control module. This is a Takancha 118449 control module, and the reason you need this is because my Highlander does not come with a tow package. It came with the non-towing package. However, if you look under your dash, there is I think 12 or a 14 pin harness plug, and essentially that plug allows you to create a 4-pin towing harness module. And really what this tow harness control module is doing is this plugs into that under the dash harness controller. And if you notice, it has wires for left, right. There's a 12-volt line coming out. There's a ground wire, but it's getting a left turn, right turn, stop light, and the tail light signal out on this line. Goes into this control unit, and then this control unit combines the signals so that it's compatible with your 4-pin towing harness, and it sends it back. Okay, and in your Highlander, so once you connect this under your dash, you go to the trunk of your Highlander, and you can see videos online. You open the trunk, and on the driver's side, back side, you open those panels, the carpet panel, and you will find a harness to plug your 4-pin towing harness, right? So this end will go at the back near the trunk. There's already a connector pin where you just connect this to it, and you will also have the harness towing tow ready electric connections available, right? So I'll make a video on how I'm going to be wiring it all up and connecting it all and show you how it's working, but this is the setup you would need. Now, you could avoid using this control harness from Takancha that goes under the hood. All you need is get a pin, I don't know what number is this wiring harness, but you can make your own and tap into the lights that are coming out of the existing under dash control connector, and you can make it work that way also. But I just figured this is much easier, much cleaner. It also gives me the ability to wire it up for a trailer, and it's available and ready, right? So that's what you would do to make this work. I'm going to take a video on how I'm able to wire it up, and once it's up and running, hopefully it works, and you can make the same thing happen. Let me show you what the front of the unit looks like. Pretty standard. You do have to remove your AC vents, and there is videos online. You have to remove your existing AC vent plastic cover and put that in this one. you have to reuse that. This unit does require, oh, another thing. So the 12 volt output that you get over here is always on. So you don't want to draw power from this for your cameras, because those cameras will always be on. You ideally want to use the camera power when your car is on, or when you flip the keys to accessory ACC, which means all your electronics can be powered. When your car is off, you don't want any active current or any passive current to be consumed by those electronics, otherwise it will drain your battery. So in my case, what I did is, this does require power to turn on this unit. I just tapped into the existing ground and power wires over here on this radio and soldered them in. So when I soldered them in, it gets power obviously only when the car is turned on. It does have a 15 amp fuse, so yeah. The other good thing about this harness is the fact that it has this 12 volt line, so you can actually wire your camera power into this line. It will automatically feed the power to the camera and feed the power appropriately depending on whichever camera is selected. Or you can do it outside also. So that's the other good thing. So once it gets the current from here, it applies 12 volt and the current over here to feed your cameras also. This is what the front looks like. Obviously, I'll show more when it's turned on. You can look this up. I bought this on eBay. These are available on Amazon. Pretty much all of them are the same. The manufacturer is the same. They're pretty helpful. So, and yeah, this is the hazard light unit that I bought from another Toyota Highlander, so that I don't get the check airbag light on. Previously when I tried it, I got a check airbag light on, so I figured that it's not liking the aftermarket hazard button and the airbag light radio harness. Hopefully this helps you. I'll be taking another video shortly on how this is all put together. Thanks.